Welcome back, everybody. Back in Kindred Spirits here. So what we have now is we're gonna go through these. I don't know. Are these cherries? They look like cherries. We have a few new ones. So there's one with the Ahara and Maki there, and then the group of three there. So we're gonna go through these two. So this happens before we really do anything with them. So this is before we've started really interfering, I think. At least for the group of three it is. I'm not sure about Maki. On that day I became friends with Ahara. So this is right after she became friends, I guess. The wonderful senpai I just met after starting school. I admired her from the moment we met, and since then I've only grown to like her more. I confessed my feelings to her on that day. It was odd since we're both girls, but I couldn't contain what I felt for her. So this must be like a day or two after she confessed her love, and Ahara was kind of indifferent towards it, I guess. She wasn't against it. She just thought, take it a bit slower and she'll see how things go from there. So she delivered a letter to her in secret, asked her to come to the roof, and I told her that I love her. Ahara had looked a little troubled, but she listened to my confession so maturely. So, yeah, and she said she didn't really understand my love, and that was a little disappointing. But she said we could be friends, and that she'd be able to love me as a friend. So she's like kind of friend zoned right now, but it seems like Ahara might be willing to do a little more if things go well. And that is what we're hoping to do, at least. She said we should start there and figure out the rest as we go. So yeah, there we go. That's what she's thinking. I'm so happy. So that's good. She is happy about that. So that is better than some of the other outcomes that could have happened. But what? Do you have a minute, Ahara? Oh, Ahara, can I ask you a favor? Oh, yes, they never get to really be alone to help develop this relationship, I suppose. So that's the one problem. What should I do with these? Senpai's amazing. She's too amazing. She's so amazing that everybody thinks she's amazing. And we want her all for ourselves, so that doesn't work out too well. I've been hanging out with Ahara during lunch and after school since then, at every chance I get. It's because I want to spend as much time as possible with her, of course, and yet I know that this happens since the day I met Senpai, but she really gets asked to do a lot of stuff by a lot of people. Someone says something to her every time we take a few steps down the hall, and it's always to ask her to do something. And I knew Senpai was the vice president of the beautification committee. I knew the beautification committee, that's a mouthful, isn't it, has kind of a reputation as gentle handywomen, but this is way too many requests, isn't it? There are people who ask her to do things that are completely unrelated, too. They're just asking her to do odd jobs because they know she'll do them. What's that about? Maybe she's being taken advantage of a little bit here. Some of these girls are being mean. That's why Senpai roams around on her lunch break and after school to do all these things. She can really do everything they ask her to do, so it's super amazing, but it means we've got no time to chat together at all. I'm sorry, Maki. No, it's fine. Of course, I don't want to be by her side just so I can get in her way. I'm pretty good at manual labor like this, so I've been helping with all sorts of things too. Thank you, you're a real help. But like I mentioned, manual labor is really my only talent. I feel bad for taking advantage of your help just because you offered it. You shouldn't. I'm the one who should be sorry for being so slow. I help her out with other things too, but I can barely even do half the work Senpai can. No, you're not slow. You're learning all this very quickly. I like that we can do work together like this, but I realized it still doesn't mean we can relax and chat together. By the time Senpai's finished with her work every day, we already have gone home and we split in opposite directions when we leave the gates. We can't talk at all. This isn't good. I want to talk about all sorts of things with Ahara. I don't want to get in her way of her work, of course, but Senpai could have a little more time to relax, couldn't she? I don't think I'm wrong about this. Senpai needs time to relax and chat just as much as I do. Yeah, she does, but how can I make that time? I mean, she can't go down the hall without someone talking to her. It's the same when we borrow a classroom somewhere to do work. It even happens in the faculty room and on the school grounds, which means we could relax if it were somewhere no one would find us. So this is the same thing that the two ghosts and our other character figured out, and it looks like Maki has as well, which we kind of knew because she's been snooping around the school looking for places. And I think that's the hole we're about to go down. We're gonna see exactly, well, secret place. She even uses the same words there. They only find a secret place that only Senpai and I know about, somewhere in the school. A hideout just for the two of us. So maybe we get to see what kind of stuff Maki has up her sleeve, or how it differs from ours. So that was that. We're gonna go ahead, I guess we're gonna continue that one. We might as well finish that off. I think this is after she finds that room. I used all my breaks trying to put my plan into action. My plan to find a place to relax and chat with Senpai. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. I don't know the rest of the words to that song. I shouldn't sing. I'm obviously not a very good singer. But where would we be good? The Hoshikan building? That might not work. There's lots of rooms, but they're all busy and well used. It's the new building after all. Classrooms, reference rooms, labs. If people were looking for Senpai, they'd definitely be able to find her there. Keys are kept in the faculty room, and I have padlocks and stuff at home, but it's not like we can just stick them somewhere without asking. Lock ourselves in a room with her, that's one plan. Outside's no good either. We're about to enter the rainy season, and there'd be no shelter on the windy days or anything. There'll be bugs when summer starts too. The Hoshikan. It looks like a Western-style building on the outside, but it's the big tatami on the room on the second floor, which is super cool. The star decorations on the walls and windows give it this great cute look, and the archway above the entrance is also super cool. Very colorful, I guess. Clock tower. You don't see a lot of that in new buildings anymore. Clock on there. But I won't find a good place there. The big tatami room has like a little side area for cushions and things, but that's basically an unlit closet. I was a little hopeful for the... Oh, God. Kumoniyagura. Sure, that's close enough. Building. But that didn't really work out either. The first floor is full of club rooms, and I feel like Senpai would get even more work if she were to walk by there. The second floor is lodging rooms that you can't use without permission, but they're pretty nice with mats and stuff. They're not locked or anything, but we'd probably get in trouble if we hid there. It's really like a castle here. I mean, it was one originally, so that's no surprise. It's weird for a girl to be so excited about really solid beams and posts. I bet my dad and brothers would understand. Are they architects, maybe? I guess so. I thought maybe you'd have a secret door somewhere and look around for one, but I didn't have any luck. There were no seams in the tower's structures, sadly. And we're on to the last building. In the end, I ran all over trying to find a good spot, but I couldn't even find one. But, despite that, looking around all these places I'd never seen before just made me fall in love with this school even more. I can't believe I get to go to school that has new buildings built right with these old ones. And I met a wonderful person like Ihara. Fell in love with her and became friends with her. Now we can just be together. If I were just able to talk to her alone a little more, if she starts liking me a little more. I really have to make this plan succeed. Firmly decided on that, I resumed my search of the school. There's gotta be somewhere. It's always the last place you look, right? So maybe, of course, I spend my lunch periods and after school time with Ahara, though not every day. This time we're taking care of something a teacher asked her to do, together. She asked me to move some materials, carrying 10 boxes from the entrance to the reference room. Is this really something you needed to ask Senpai to do, though? So I thought, but I didn't say anything. None of these boxes were particularly heavy, but they were big, and they were a lot of them, so it could take a few trips. Well, I could walk with Senpai. I wasn't too mad about it. It was a chance to talk, too. Sorry to make you help with this again. She's got a new coat on. It must be a little cold outside. It's fine, really. I'm good at this sort of thing. I can't mess this up unless I trip or something. Don't say that until until you finish the job, because I think something's about to happen then. They're pretty heavy, aren't they? No, not at all. She's like super strength too. She was born with like a mutant power or something like that. So, she's got very strong arms. Yeah, they're actually total light. I'd be able to take two at a time if they were just a little easier to carry. You're really strong, Maki-chan. I have a little confidence in my strength. My family does construction, so I'm always carrying something or other for them. Something or other for them. Okay. You did say that, didn't you? We talked about this little by little, and I learned a bit about her while I told her a bit about myself. I was happy about it, and it was fun, but the boxes were kind of in the way. I really need to find that secret place soon. So the interesting thing here is that she's actually the reference room, or more of a storage area that our other characters found for her and cleaned up. She's actually been there before, so I'm surprised she hasn't remembered about it. Ahara? Yes? Is the beautification committee always this busy? I will join the committee too, but I don't get as much work as you do, Senpai. Yes, I joined the beautification committee. We're just going to call it the B committee, maybe, so that I can help Senpai as much as possible. And after joining, I learned there's definitely a lot to do on the committee, but it's not much. You need to work after school and every day like Ahara. Yes, I suppose I get special treatment. People just ask me to help with many things. The work really does go directly to Senpai. I guess it's just easier to ask me. I'm sorry you get dragged into it so much, Meki. No, really, I'm okay with it. We're just having the same conversation on repeat. But I suppose this will all end around October, huh? Why's that? Why is it ending in October? That is a very good question. For a moment, I thought about a day when Senpai would be free of all this hard work and got excited. Because third years have to retire from their committees in October to study for exams. And then her dreams were crushed immediately. Ah, that's right. Senpai's a third year. But retire and then graduation? That's right. Senpai's graduating next spring. I'm really sad all of a sudden thinking about Senpai leaving this school. We've just met. I've fallen for her. We've just become friends. I want to love Senpai even more after this, and I want her to love me more too. But she'll graduate long before me. My heart feels like it's being squeezed. It hurts. I want her to like me even more, as more than a friend. I want to make that a reality. I want to talk with her about anything we want. Just the two of us. Nope, not gonna keep singing that. And when I thought that... Senpai, yes? I couldn't stop myself from asking. What are we about to ask? What do you think about homosexuality? Wow, straight out with it. I mean, it has been like a week or two. I mean, we sort of... What? Now she's blushing. She doesn't usually do that. Wait, I'm jumping too far ahead. No, keep going. You've dived in. You have to just keep swimming. You can't get out now. I mean, it's not like I really think of myself that way, or like I didn't realize it or anything, but I really do like you, Senpai. I love you, even though you're a woman, Senpai. Really. So, if you're not okay with that sort of thing, or you don't like it, I mean, I really do love you, Senpai. Oh man, this is getting awkward for everybody now, isn't it? Aki, calm down. Right. What the heck am I saying? Let's see. I don't really know much about homosexuality or anything, or what I feel about it, or whether you are or aren't, Maki. She doesn't really know? Well, I don't really know either. That's not the worst answer. But I do like you, Maki. Huh? It's like I have a little sister now. You're so cute. What? That is not what we wanted to hear. Well, I guess I'm happy about that, but it is like the step back from friends, yes. Yes, it is, isn't it? Then, Senpai, which do you like better, men or women? Well, I don't really know about that either. What about you, Maki? I like you. I like you too, Mackie. She's definitely just avoiding the question, but I can't really be. No, I don't think you can be more direct than that. Uh, this is kind of frustrating. I want a clearer answer, but this isn't really something you talk about while you're carrying boxes down a hallway, huh? Who knows who might hear us? I really need to find a place where we can talk. Wow. Yeah, Hara is really avoiding that question, isn't she? Very, very thoroughly she is. Alright, so now we're actually caught up. We're going to finish this and then maybe we'll go back to that one afterwards. This is right. This is because this is when she finds the secret room, I think. I thought I heard a noise. It sounded kind of like something falling off a shelf. So this is our ghost friend making a little noise, so she's going to go into this room and see it. It was in the inner building. I didn't even know how many times I'd been there now. I was still searching for a secret place. I didn't care if it was a week before exams or the week of exams either. And now those are all over. Nothing could stop me anymore. Oh, but I did remember to study, of course. I don't want Senpai thinking I'm stupid because of my grades were bad. She might even get worried and tell me to spend time studying instead of helping her. Either way, I made time to search around the school grounds. And the most likely place to find a hideout? For us, was the inner building. That took us a long time to figure out. The building's only used by third-year students, and it's old. Since it's used by the main school building, it's full of spare rooms. Many of them are basically storage now, since there's no need for them, like the reference room. Yes, that reference room. A place special to Senpai and me. Was that where I heard the noise come from? Right around there? I walked deeper into the hallway. So I guess she did remember it. It was like really messy. I guess she just didn't feel like cleaning it like we did, I suppose. Oh, I heard it again. I thought I did anyways. What was that? There's nobody back there, right? I can't use some other people to go after all. Was it here? The reference room Senpai had shown me to. The place where she'd wiped the dust from me. That's right, it's super dirty, isn't it, in there, isn't it? Even if nobody comes by, it's still kind of gross if it's covered in dust. And we wouldn't really be able to relax in all that mess. But I guess I should look while I'm here. I put my hand on the door and took care to open it quietly. Anybody in here? It's got windows, but the shelves in the middle of the room block the light from getting through. I think there was a light. I searched for the switch by the door, flipped it, and turned on the light. Then everything was visible. I glanced around and thought, this won't do. Yeah, I guess it's just good for storage. Uh-oh, this isn't good. This isn't what we wanted. There's shelves, boxes, and so much other stuff. The box I brought here that day is still around too. It's not like there's nowhere to stand, but you couldn't really relax in here, and there's be nowhere to sit. This won't work either. Right as I sighed and turned to leave the room... Huh? I heard that noise again. It was even clearer than it had been before. It was coming from deeper inside the room. What is it? Now we're just scaring her. Chill ran down my back. Is this school? It's an old school, an old building, but somehow my curiosity won out. I moved into the room slowly, careful not to kick anything aside or touch the dust-covered shelves. Was it back here? A large shelf blocked the far side of the room near the windows, but looking closer at it, I found enough space around it for a person to get through. Whoa, you can't see this from the entrance. Beyond the gap, the most amazing thing she's ever seen. A couch. There was a little open space between the windows and the shelves. It was only about 1 meter wide, maybe 2 meters long. There were all sorts of things stuffed into the back of that space, opposite the gap I'd gotten through. And the very front of that pile... Is this a couch? There was a couch that would seat two, huh? A couch, really. I ran over it in awe. I looked pretty darn old, but I still in decent shape. The back was torn, but you wouldn't be able to see that if it was sitting up. It was like the perfect size for this space. No way, this can't be. The back of this practically unused reference room and a couch we could both sit on. Light beads through the room from the curtains, and it's a bit dusty and dirty in here, but I can clean this up enough that we can use it. I found it. There's that joyous smile we like to see. I finally found it, a secret place where Senpai and I can be alone. First, I need a broom and a rag. I ran off to grab things to clean with. Alright. Oh, are they gonna go there right away? This way, okay. I pulled Senpai, I thought, I guess Maki's not very good at being subtle. She could be like, hey, we need to bring some boxes to this reference room, and then they could get to the reference room, and she could be like, I'm kind of tired. I thought I heard something in the back there. Oh, there's a couch. Maybe I should sit down for a bit to take a quick break. Why don't you sit next to me, Ahara? Something like that. But instead, we're just gonna basically pick her up and carry her there. I pulled Senpai by the hand down the owner building hallway. We can't run in the halls, so I was just walking quickly. It's here. Oh, the storage room. Yes, it's the reference room from where we met. Right, what about it? Oh man, that was a strange laugh, and the worried look on her face. Man, okay. I proudly opened the door of the room, leaving the lights off. The weather was good, so the windows cast light into the room well enough. Oh, Maki, you're going to get dirty again. Oh yes, I'll clean this part soon too. Huh? Over here, please. Come this way. Right, here? Go ahead. Oh, wow. That's a nice couch, actually. Yay, she's surprised. Come on, Senpai, have a seat. It's pretty comfy. Alright. Oh, wow, look at that. They're actually sitting there. She's so happy. Senpai sat down and I sat next to her. In our hideout just for me and Senpai, the two of us, side by side on the couch. What do you think, Senpai? Well, I'm surprised. I found it. Really? I thought there was more things in here. You did. Turns out there was a little space back here. And this couch. It was in the back here, so I decided to use it. I see. It's still a little dusty, but I can't do anything about that. I'm still not finished with my cleaning. I'll have to find some time to do that. I want to make the entrance a little easier to get through and cleaner, but still concealed too. Senpai, what do you think of it? Well, what do I think? Isn't it a great place? Yes. We can relax here, don't you think? Yes, I suppose so. It does seem nice and quiet. Right? I'm so happy. You look happy. I think Senpai likes it too, and I finally found it after all this time, a place no one knows about but Senpai and me. The light that comes from the windows just glitters in here. Oh, that's the dust, but I don't care right now. Here I can relax and chat with Senpai. I bet we'll be able to talk about all sorts of things we can't usually. Senpai? Oh god, what's she gonna blurt out this time? Yes? Well, I know you're really busy, Senpai, so it doesn't have to be all the time. But would you like to come relax here every once in a while? With me, if possible? Maki? I really want to talk to you about all sorts of things, Senpai. I know we already talk a lot, but here, I think we can relax and talk more. But you can come here by yourself if you want, of course. Like if you want time to relax a little, or you're a little tired, or you've done too much work that day, or if you've had a little too much to do lately. I found this place just for those sort of situations. Maki, that's really nice, isn't it, Ahara? Thank you. I am happy that I found somewhere to rest like this. You're really amazing, Maki. No, I'm not. It was just coincidence I found this place by coincidence. I was just coincidence. Yeah, sure. You're being very convincing right now. I still need to clean it up a bit more, and I'd like a light for just this part. And if we had a table, we could eat snacks and stuff. And maybe if we got something for the dusty smell. You can't bring too many things of your own, you hear? It is supposed to be a reference room after all. You're right. But, yes, I think we should come here every so often, the two of us. Well, that's good. That's a good sign. Let's talk about all sorts of things. Yes. Yay, Senpai likes it. She said we can come here together and we should talk. I'm so glad I found this place. I'm so glad I found somewhere Senpai and I can relax together. Maki? Yes. Senpai's sitting there right next to me. We're sitting together. Do you have a little more time today? Ahara. Ooh, of course. There's just a little bit of space between Senpai and me. Oh, things are kicking off already. But I hope that space will shrink. I want to be able to sit closer to Senpai. I wanted to close that distance little by little. Shall we relax a little then? Starting today, little by little. Yes. So this becomes our hideout, a secret place for Senpai and me where we can relax and chat. I can't believe I found a place like this. This school really is the best. I'm so glad I came here. I love this school and Senpai. That's a nice way to end that month, isn't it? I assume that's how that month ends. Indeed it is. So, yeah, next episode, I suppose, we can start with the triplets there. Not the triplets, but the group of three. What's their club called again? Radio Club? Broadcasting Club. That's what it is, the Broadcasting Trio. We will see them next time. And we will find out a little bit more about their journey and how we have affected it through our intervening tendencies, I suppose, is what we've been doing. Anyways, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, and goodbye.